Hey, what's going on everybody out there? Welcome to Gamers with Games. So, a couple things to kind of run down quick before I get into the topic I want to talk about. Thanks to everybody that's been coming out to live streams every single evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. Last night's stream was a huge success, much better than previously before. Everything was working well. I fixed up all the problems with the stream as far as the quality, the actual kind of like, the motion of the actual video and the gameplay and such, the sounds, everything worked well together. And we had a decent amount of people in chat. So I'm extending the invitation to all of you guys out there on YouTube that want to be able to come and hang out every single evening, have some fun talking with people in the chat fam, all types of different stuff. It was really enjoyable. I had a blast doing it. I ended up doing 2 streams yesterday, one early in the day and one at the usual scheduled time of 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The first earlier one was kind of like a test to really kind of just see where I was at and see if I could get everything working solid and smoothly. And it ended up being the case. And I was very, very pleased, very happy about that. So again, just letting you guys know, come out to the stream every single evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 days a week. There's all types of different games I'm going to be playing. Hopefully tonight, I haven't decided yet, but I have a couple games that I'm going to kind of open up the selection to all of you guys to let you know what I'm playing, see what everybody wants to see on stream. So come hang out, come chill in the actual chat with the chat fam, come follow the actual stream, and support the channel, support my content. So with that being said though, there's a couple things I actually do want to talk about. It's specifically about fighting games. Fighting games are kind of, one of my favorite genre. I've been in a fighting game mood lately, ever since I've been playing Smash Brothers on stream, or just looking at different stuff about games and the news and such. I looked at recently at an article on Kotaku that was talking about a Japanese import that's coming very soon here to the United States. It's like a crossover fighter on the very same vein as Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax. So, I wanted to extend out the question to everybody, get that food for thought going. What is the best fighting game? What does it take to actually be the best fighting game? What actually constitutes as the best fighting game out there, in the entire genre? It's a very subjective question, and I'm pretty sure that if you ask like 100 different people, you're gonna get almost 100 different answers, even though there's probably not that many like solid, name branded, resonating type of big titles out there that are associated with the actual fighting genre. I mean, you obviously have your Street Fighter, you have your Mortal Kombat, you have your Tekken, Virtual Fighter, the list goes on out there. There's tons of different fighting games again. A lot of people really kind of resonate with just either one or the other, with one of the actually really big names type of fighting games that really get played out there in the tournament scene and such. But I want to extend this question out there and get your guys, into the discussion and stuff, and really see what you guys have to say about what is the best fighting game. For me, what really kind of like resonates with me when I play a fighting game, and what really sticks out to me the most, is the sense of balance. The sense of that it's kind of like a game of chess. And in the original kind of like, board game of chess, besides forgetting about any other type of stuff that like gimmicks and things that some video games might have, or even some kind of a board games might have with chess. Chess is just you guys are 2 people duking it out, have the same type of tools available to you, the same type of pieces, and you guys use different strategies that you could come up with on the fly in order to see who is the better player than who. And I look at that the same way with fighting games. The comparison has been drawn with other people out there that are really immersed in the fighting genre, or people that really just, look at games critically and kind of like, explore the industry and explore the medium itself. Fighting games can be like a game of chess. It's really all about balance, it's really all about fairness, it's really about the type of strategies you come up with on the fly and how well you can actually adapt to whatever scenario comes up during the course of a match. This is why I actually feel that Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, not HD Remix, but the original Super Turbo back in the days in the like mid to late 90s or whatnot, is the most balanced fighting game on the planet. It's probably the most balanced fighting game that was ever created. Granted, it was one of the first to really popularize the genre, but I feel like the reason why it was so popular and the reason why it was so interesting outside of like, the characters, the aesthetic, the music, the feeling, that competition and stuff, it was the feeling of it being so balanced and feeling like, everything that happens really in that game, granted all the stuff involving frame data, all the stuff involving like invincibility frames and all these other different types of stuff unique to each character, it always felt like it was fair. It always felt like it was balanced. It always felt like there was always like an even playing field between all the characters on the roster, with the exception of Akuma, obviously. I'm going based on all the actual available fighters that are available right from the start of that game, without any sort of cheat codes or anything like that. If you look at the entire roster, everybody has a tool in some way or some form or fashion to deal with any given situation, as well as also other strengths and also other weaknesses. It's a very balanced, it's very even playing field for everybody that picks up that game. Whether you're an amateur, whether you're just playing for fun, or whether you're really trying to engage in really tough competition. You look at it in comparison to other fighting games that it helped spawn in the genre. Look at games like Mortal Kombat, as far as like 2D fighters is concerned, which is really the other kind of like alternative for people that really love fighting games, or especially 2D fighting games, I should say. You could throw in King of Fighters in there, but King of Fighters to me is almost exactly like how Street Fighter is, right down to the inputs and right down to the aesthetic of it for a lot of the games in that series. But if you look at a totally different type of flavor of fighting games, Mortal Kombat not only has different inputs and different type of feel to it when you're playing it, it also kind of almost to some extent reaches that same level of balance in the game. Granted, there's a lot of unbalanced stuff if you look at all the different Mortal Kombat games. However, that feeling of still feeling like it was fair, feeling like it was balanced, is still kind of there. Now, you jump over to the 3D fighters, obviously, you have your games like Tekken, your games like Virtua Fighter, your games like Soul Calibur, and the list eventually goes on and on and on. You could even throw in other games like Smash Bros., which technically I guess you could say counts as a 2D fighting game, not so much a 3D fighter, because again, you're moving on a 2D plane like that. But if you look at the 3D fighters, the same type of principle could actually be applied. Granted, it's moving now in 3D space as opposed to 2D space. A lot of people here and there, again, if you would ask them the same question, you're going to get all these different answers, especially if they depend more 2D fighters or 3D fighters, whatever way they decide to go with the genre. You're going to get a bunch of different answers from different people. But really, it really comes down to this, especially for me. What is the game that feels the most balanced? What is the game that it feels like I still have the most chance and the most opportunity to advance and win matches, as much as I do have the opportunity and the chance to lose matches? Do I feel like there's one type of advantage over the other? Do I feel like most characters or a select specific set of characters are like dominating gods here over the entire cast and none of them are actually competitive? The question is out there and I'm posing it to all of you guys. What constitutes the best fighting game? What is the best fighting game? So that's all I got for you guys. I really just wanted to pose that question to you and get this discussion going. Put a comment in the comments section below. Let me know what you guys think, some of your picks of the best fighting games, why you feel that particular game is the best in the genre and such, and I will talk to you guys again real soon. Again, don't forget about the Twitch stream every single evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Help support the stream. Come hang out with the chat fam. And I'll talk to you guys again real soon. Peace out. Stay epic, everybody.